All right, guys, welcome to 24-hour, 29 miles, 49 minutes, 266 watt hours per mile. Temperature's 59, so I couldn't be using too much heat. So that's good. So first I went up to the post office, and that I did manually. And then coming across on, I forgot the name of the road. Anyway, we're going down first. When I go on First Street, start FSD. Turn left onto 1431 and off we go. This drive actually was pretty good. Compared to yesterday afternoon, what happened? I don't know. It's hard to describe how different they are. But so right now they're not doing construction, although the 45 speed limit's still up there. Nobody's respecting it. I mean, if you're not really doing construction, you ought to take down the construction zone stuff. Now, they still have to paint the road, yes. So they still have to come back, but they're obviously not coming back this week. They'll probably be back next week, I would guess, but who knows. Anyway, the bottom line is, if you put in real strong limitations on people, they'll ignore it. So when you put up strong limitations, you want to be for a reason. Like, there are construction people on the road in the construction zone. If there's not construction people on the road in the construction zone, you ought to take down your limits and put them back up when it's time to put them back up. But anyway, peace and harmony. The magical Tesla traffic light today, so it slowed down. It looked like it was going to stop, but and there was a car coming up behind me. It was a little ways away, but it was coming up behind me. But for some reason, no, didn't throw out the message, so I can't throw him down to a C. Oh man, come on. There goes my consistent grade. So today is going to be a problem, but based upon yesterday, you can almost bet that it's going to find a way to fail. I can almost guarantee it. Okay, so coming up, we're just kind of coming up the hill. That's before New Hope. So we're the first traffic light there. Why is that traffic light there? Is that New Hope? That must be New Hope. Anyway, the first traffic light, the car is slowing down. I'm not sure why. I mean, he's slowing down to 50, I think it is, in the 55 zone. Well, the best guess I have is there was a pickup truck that was kind of going along in the dirt, kind of aiming towards getting out on the road, but he hasn't committed to it yet. And in part because he recognizes I'm there. That's what I would guess. I mean, hopefully he's not stupid. So, anyway, FSD is slowing down for that. Once we clear that, now there's also a car that's kind of next to me, just a little bit up. He was a slow mover. He was just fast enough to get in front of me and block me at the key moment. That was when I could go around truck and just go. So I've been waiting for him to figure out what he was doing. And we were just starting to creep past him when we had that break. Okay, whatever. Nothing really wrong with it, unless of course somebody's coming up behind you who's going to rear end you because you slowed down. But anyway, so we move on, keep moving. At some point on 1431, as we're approaching, so we're going up the toll road today. As we're going along, FSD decides, oh, he has to go to the middle lane to follow route. I think's what he said. No. Brake on, FSD off. There's a car that could you fit in? Yes, and New York City terms, you could fit your car in there. I'm in rural Texas. You don't do that kind of stuff. That's stupid. That's how you increase your insurance rates, by getting hit. Right? In New York City, they're already charging based upon the fact they think you're going to get accidents. Here they're charging you thinking that, well, statistics say sooner or later you'll have an accident, but you don't really want to have an accident because it's inconvenient for you. There's a difference. Okay, whatever. So I'm going to break on FC off. So I mentioned, let's not wreck into this car. Okay, whatever. And after a little bit, do minimal lane changes, reinvoke FSD. Yes, minimal lane changes. As long as FSD insists on having it on, you put it on. I mean, sometimes he's cool, and sometimes he's going, I have to get in the middle lane. I have to get out the really slow lane because there's nobody in front of me blocking me from going. What? You could stay in this lane, and you don't have any obstructions. There's no reason to change. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. It's just the way FSD and the California road rager mentality that the software crew has, right? It's just the way they are. Okay. So finally, we're getting up to the ramp to go up onto the toll road, 183A. As I'm turning around and turning the corner, oh, there's a police car sitting there. Now, a smart police officer would have chosen to be further down the ramp so that he'd be more visible as you turn. Because it looks like what he's doing is providing a safety barrier for another cop who's giving out a ticket or whatever he's doing. So, hey, guys, try for more visibility. If you're closer to the turn, you show up before the person starts to turn. If you're parked up the ramp, then the person has to wait till they turn and go like, oh, there's a cop there. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. It is what it is, right? Police do what police do. They do things claiming it's for safety, and yet they don't think through what they're doing. But then again, most of them probably don't have college degrees, not the smartest people in the world, right? Who knows? Whatever. Peace and harmony. Okay, so up on the toll road, we're heading in. Things are going pretty good, actually. When we start getting down to the exit for Breaker, he turns on his turn signal and realizes he doesn't have room to make the lane shift. So we're in the middle lane. We need to get to the outside lane to make the exit. For some reason, we come up suddenly on a bunch of cars who are just going slow, right? 50, 56 in a 65 zone. Come on, man. Whatever. There's just enough space. If you time it just right, you can get over. Now, FSD doesn't have it in his head, well, if you just slow it down a little bit, you can make that slot. No, he's still wanting to go 65. Okay. So the next slot that opens up, turn on the right turn signal, give him a hint. Come on, let's go. And FSD is going like, well, I don't want to. Okay, break on FSD off. Manually move over. Message sent. Since you guys can't handle it, let me do it. Come on, man. Come on. Anyway, whatever. At the one point, I got the flashing blue, and this time when I turned the scroll wheel down, it took it. Now, yesterday when I did that, it didn't take it. I don't know. Now, it could be if you already have the volume muted because you scrolled down so far that further scrolls are now no longer taking effect, whereas before they would. I don't know. Whatever, peace and harmony. It's all working out. I mean, it's kind of like FSD and I have to go out on more dates and learn how to cooperate with each other. Right? That's what it feels like. I don't know. Whatever. So anyway, at the moment, we're working with a pretty good grade. I don't know that that's done anything that I would normally have marked it down for. So we'll see what happens when we head back. Anyway, onward, upward charge. Okay, guys, welcome to Walmart. Or Walmart off of Ronald W. Reagan, whatever it is. Okay, 12 miles, 25 minutes, 260 watt-hours per mile. So, yes, this is nothing like yesterday. What's the difference? I don't get it. All right, so pulling out 24-hour, go down the back way on Jollyville as usual. Crossover in Duval. And, where did I invoke FST? I think I invoked FST, so navigation has gone down Riata Trace, which is not the way I normally would do it, but okay, I mean, it's a road that's going that way, so it all works. So invoked FST, good. There's a for whatever reason, there's construction barrels and a sign saying the inside lane is closed. FST detected the obstruction. Now, if you're used to FST, I guess that's not a surprise, but I rarely let FST handle these things, so this is a little bit of new to me. But yes, it handled it. It moved over to the outside lane, went around, and then moved back to the inside lane. No problem. So I don't even know why they had the thing out there, because there was no construction. Man, whatever, peace and harmony. Come up to Parma Lane, no problems. There was, okay, so there was a car that cut in front of me, and I mean, it wasn't quite proper. So rather than letting FST handle it, I just braked FST off and just backed off, because who knows? The guy's from out of state. Yeah, and maybe he's not used to having traffic on the roads. Okay, a little bit later, yes, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Oh, it's Parma Lane. It's not the old Parma Lane where you could get on Parma Lane and go somewhere. It's the new Parma Lane where all these people from out of state think it's normal to drive 45 in a 65 zone. Or 60 anyway. It turns 65 a little bit further on down the road. So, even FST was getting tired of it. Oh, I need to switch to the outside lane to fall around. Yeah, no, that's not right. The route goes on the inside lane. Get over it. You're just mad because there's slow traffic in front of you, and you think if you go to the outside lane, you go faster. It's not going to work out. So some of the cars that went by us in the outside lane, yeah, eventually we went by them. So no, don't be switching back and forth like that. Okay, so there was two incidents where two lanes turned left. So come out of Riata Trace, the car correctly marked the car next to us. So we're in the outside of the right turn lane, or the outside right turn lane as opposed to the inside. So there's a car next to us. They're going to turn. We're going to turn. FSD got upset because there's a car next to us and we're signaling to go left. Yes, but if you follow your route, you won't run into that car. Okay? Whatever. He couldn't quite get over it. Brake on, FSD off. That should sound like, we're both turning left. What's the problem? Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, whatever. Now, the surprise is, coming up Parma to turn on the 1460, yes. The same situation. We're in the outside of two left turn lanes. This time FSD like, oh, okay, I know what he's doing. Now, of course, it was another Tesla. Maybe that made the difference. Who knows? Maybe they're still learning lessons. I don't know. Okay, whatever. And then, of course, I didn't even really give FSD a chance. Navigation's already indicating it's going to go to Wendy's. I don't know why. Why Tesla and navigation? Oh, there's a Wendy's. We have to go to Wendy's. But I want to go to Walmart. I got some groceries to buy. Come on, man. I'm the one. I'm the one who picks where we're going. Come on, come on. Okay, whatever. As usual, break on FSD off. Message sent like, well, I'm not going to Wendy's. I'm going to Walmart. There's a difference. Okay, whatever. But I mean, the first time coming out of Riata Trace, that was kind of troublesome, but not horrendous. Now, if it was Robotaxi, he wouldn't be able to handle it. His solution was, oh, look, there's the cornered road up there. Let's go towards that. Or you could interpret it as, well, let's go the wrong way up the apartment entrance across the street. Right? He didn't say like, well, we're turning left. All we do is go down a little bit and just turn left. He didn't even think of that possibility. I don't know. But whatever. It's all good. Anyway, there you go. I'm sorry. There's a lady who just drove by and she's like, her eyes are fixated on either me or my car as she drives by. Who knows? I don't know. My phone's not high enough to show her face. It's showing my screen, so I don't think she's going to show up in my video. But whatever. Peace and harmony. Okay, hum again, jiggity jog. 20 miles, 36 minutes, 239 watt-hours per mile. Wow, that's pretty decent. Although the overall average for this trip at 62 miles and 16 kilowatt-hours used is 257 watt-hours per mile. I don't remember there being anything over 250. But anyway, whatever, peace and harmony. So, we're at Walmart. We're in my usual side, which is the east side of the parking lot. Navigation has mapped out to go down to the south end of the parking lot, which is closest to the highway, and then go all the way down to almost to the end, where you're not allowed to go straight through. So you take the lane going north, and then there's a cutout that you go back west and then back down south. So most of that worked pretty good. Not something I normally would have done, but it worked. The only part that didn't work was when you came out to get onto the road exiting onto the highway, there was a black pickup that was not exactly in front, but kind of. And I guess he was kind of wanting to line up behind that truck, but there wasn't room to line up behind that truck, so we would have been blocking a lane. What we really want to do was go around the black pickup and then go out on the west end of the drive. There's multiple lanes, and we're going to turn right. So anyway, brake on, FSD off, handle that little part, and then move on. That worked fine. And then back out on 1460. Wait, I lost track of what that number is. What is that number? How come I can't remember that number? 1431. Come on, right? It's 1431. That's what it is. Okay, so back out on 1431. Since I had FSD off because, no. Is that right? Sorry, I've forgotten. I think once I came up to the stop sign, I put FSD back on, let FSD watch the traffic light. Okay, so we get out on, we merge into the outside lane when the light turns green. It didn't take long for the green light to come up, so it's not like we're waiting a long time. In case you're wondering why I didn't just do the right turn in red. And the traffic from the other side had a green arrow, so there was an option for them to go. It was better to just stop and let them do what they're going to do. Okay, so going down 1431, things are going great. He eventually ends up on the inside lane, which was the right choice for the east half of Cedar Park. Down towards the western side of it, we moved over to the outside lane, which was a better choice as well. Actually, I think FSD made both of those choices, so there you go. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but so we're coming up on a pickup. FSD moves over to pass him, but we're going downhill, so it's a utility truck. So that truck kind of does the Georgia override and goes down the hill. All right, fine. Right turn signal on, just follow him. As we go through the valley, and as we're about to go back up, FSD says, "Oh, he's going slow. I want to go left." Okay, fine. We go left. Right about the time the guy's hitting the hill to go up, all of a sudden his truck is puffing out little clouds of black smoke. I think his truck has a little problem, maybe. Anyway, whatever. Peace and harmony. After we went by him, and there's this, no, we go all the way into the Jonestown 50-mile-per-hour speed zone. That's what it is. Beautiful, perfect. Everything's going fine. Go through Jonestown, everything's going fine. And that brings us up to the magical Tesla traffic light. Yes, guess what? They haven't fixed that. At least not going westbound. Going eastbound, you might make an argument they fixed it. But it's been off and on going eastbound. It's when you're going westbound, almost always, they'll say, "Oh, I'm stopping for a traffic light." And maybe it has something to do with the angle, because we're approaching it from a flat, as opposed to when you're going eastbound, you're coming up over a hill, and all of a sudden the light's right there. Yes, that's why that intersection there is dangerous, is because all the eastbound traffic, you're coming up a hill, you're coming up a hill, and all of a sudden you're going down. So you don't have a chance to see what traffic is there until you're like 25 feet away. And if you're doing 60 miles an hour and somebody tries to go at that exact moment, it's not going to be good. Okay, that's why they compromised on having a flashing yellow. What they should have done is put in a traffic light. When those traffic lights will get triggered when somebody drives up to it. Okay, whatever. I'm sure that costs even more, and they're trying to be cheap about it. I don't know how many people have to get injured before they actually do something. I guess somebody has to die. Whatever. 1431 is not the safest road around. Let's put it that way. Because some people like to fly on that road, and it's not a road to fly on. It's not. Okay, whatever. So with the magical Tesla traffic light, just put my foot on the accelerator, keep the car moving after it dropped to 45 miles an hour, because there's a car coming up behind me. Get up, back up the hill, and we're doing good. On the downhill in the valley before Destination Way, FSD wants to switch over, and FSD, I don't know what he gets out of it, but FSD's like, "Oh, there's my favorite thing. Yes, I want to turn into the turn lane for Destination Way." Brake on, FSD off, message sent. And yeah, I'm not going to Destination Way today. I don't know why I would go to Destination Way. I mean, I have been down Destination Way, yes. It's associated with a driving school bus. But I haven't been down Destination Way in a long, long time. Whatever, peace and harmony. So after passing Destination Way, I have to wait a few seconds for the autopilot wheel to reestablish, and then invoke FSD. Coming up on the traffic light for Loman Ford. So when while FSD is playing around with games with Destination Way, there was a Toyota SUV behind me, and I guess when he saw the brake lights, or she maybe, they went around. Now, if I were to give FSD human emotions, I would say that FSD was not particularly happy with being passed like that. And all I can say is, it's your own damn fault. If you just stayed in the lane that navigation says you used to stay in, we would have been fine. That SUV wouldn't have come around us. Whatever. I mean, it's just... You already have the magical test traffic light, which brought your grade down to C, but you also have Destination Way to make sure that it's the C. Whatever. So the SUV that got in front of us, they make the very last seconds of the yellow light to cut left onto Loman Ford. So we come up to a red light. Fortunately, light's red as we roll up. FSD stops. That's great. That's what I want to see. Okay. Now, I thought we're over this, but apparently we're not. Like, the green arrow comes on, FSD draws a straight line just inside the corner of the traffic lane coming up to turn left. And yes, we're going to cut that corner off. Now, nobody's in that lane. Okay, you're right, but it's still illegal and it's still dangerous. Okay, brake on, FSD off. Message sent. No, I'm not going to cut the corner. Like if you paid me $1 for every time I've said it, I'd have $30. But anyway, if you just made a nice arcing turn, then it would have been perfect. And it would have been far safer. You just, for some reason, can't do it here. I don't know. Okay, so going down Loman Ford, have FSD off for a while. As we roll up to Don Drive, the light's red. Turn on FSD, let FSD take it from there. Okay. And from there, he's doing good. Now, while we're going down Loman Ford, there was a SUV, whatever it was, who, oh, I'm going to pass you. To be fair to him, there was a white pickup in front of him who's playing games, and he's in front of, so there's two cars in front of me. Both of them got there by going faster than me. And then when the light turns green, they look at it and go like, oh, what do we do now? Why are you passing me if you're not going to go? Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. It's all good, right? It's okay. It's all right. Just let FSD follow him. Gradually, eventually, they find out that they're driving gas-powered cars, and if you press on the accelerator a little bit more, the car will speed up a little bit more. So finally, we get up to speed. Okay, as we come up to Boggy Ford, the light is green. The guy who had to cut me off, he's turning into the gas station, so I'm not quite sure why he had to be there. Or I think that's what it was, or unless it's a white pickup. I forgot which one it was. I think it was the white pickup turns in from the Loman Ford side. We make the turn, we make the corner to go down Boggy Ford, and guess what? The SUV, he's going to go in from the Boggy Ford side. I don't know why. You could have just followed the other truck and been right there. You're just going further. Whatever. Because FSD sees brake lights in front of him, he brakes also. Not that we're that close, but he brakes anyway. Just to prove that he can. Okay? So once this SUV's out of the way, then we get going again. It seems to be somewhere along here. He He felt like there was a danger from a pickup going the other way, going around a curve. It's typical. It's not phantom braking if you know why it happened, right? I know what happened. He saw the truck and for a second had a brain fart and said, "Oh, okay, get over it." All right, so turn on American, fine. Turn on Santa Rosa, as usual thing of I have to go past the yellow lines that really shouldn't be there. So coming down Santa Rosa, wow, what a surprise. Now, first of all, because he made it this far, I've left FSD on. So I leave FSD on all the way down to my mailbox, basically, which is north of my house, or just short of my driveway. As we're driving along, there's a section of broken asphalt that's going to be right where the driver's wheel is, and he slows down for it. And I may have heard some other people say this, I don't know, but I was surprised. Some of the potholes he actually slowed down for, and the biggest one, yes, he slowed down for it. Wow. So while it's not the best, it's pretty obvious it's something else they're working on, trying to figure out how to fix it. So cool, awesome. The grade for today would be a C. So much of the drive today was really good. I think I'm going to compromise a little and call it a C+, just because but I'm not going to leave the C until they figure out that a flashing yellow light is a flashing yellow light. No. Until they figure out that a turn lane is for turning, not for moving up the road. No. Those things have to be fixed. Of course, once those are fixed, I'm going to find other things. I mean, there are other things I'm ignoring that if I were to increase the weight of those, you'd still be getting C's and D's. That's the way you adjust your grade as you go. But there you go. Score for today is a C+, which actually most of the drive was excellent. Most of the time it was excellent. And even with the little breaks every now and then, I'm going like, yeah, but that, at least he handled it. And if I was driving Robotaxi, that would have been fine. There's a couple of spots where I feel like if it was a Robotaxi ride, it would not have worked. But usually I'm break on FSD off before I give him a chance to demonstrate. He actually has an idea of how to get out of the situation. So there you go. It's not the same car I drove yesterday afternoon, is it? I don't know. Oh yes, yesterday afternoon I was pretty tired. This afternoon, my muscles are sore from being at the gym, but I'm not sleepy. So it all works out. Onward, upward. C+.